Hello, my name is Cody Jussel. I'm the founder of Santa Cruz Biomechanics, located in Santa Cruz, California. And I am a corrective exercise specialist working with Liberty Rising to bring you some tips and tricks on how to recalibrate your body with a little bit of movement because maybe we found ourselves in a slightly changed routine and we're not getting as much movement as we were before. We're not taking as much time to move as we were before, and maybe your body is feeling it a little bit. In a previous video, we talked about some easy mobilizations for your hips. And now we're going to kind of move up the body a little bit and talk about a way to stabilize your low spine. So just as much as the hips crave and always look for mobility, the low back craves and always looks for stability. Right? So after you mobilize your hips a little bit, maybe you want to stabilize your low back. So what I'm going to have you do is stand. I'm going to turn to the side just so that you can see where I'm meaning to move from, right? So you're going to take your hands and just make a flat space, or take your finger, point your finger, and put it right kind of where you feel like your thigh bones start to enter your hip socket, right? So you're going to put your hand or your finger right on that crease, and you're going to feel your weight over your mid-foot, which is like arch of your foot, right? So you're going to try to feel your weight over your mid-foot. Your feet are going to be parallel and about inner hip width apart, which means like maybe a fist or so distance between each foot. From there, you're going to feel your belly gently engage, which kind of just feels like pulling your belly button deep to your spine and taking your pelvis and just kind of feeling where it is in space, right? Tuck it under and push it forward. We call this a posterior tilt when we tuck the pelvis under, and an anterior tilt when we push the pelvis forward. We want to find the middle of those two positions, which we call neutral pelvis, right? So you can think of pulling your pubic bone towards your belly button, but try not to squeeze your butt. Try to do it from the front of your body, right? So that's your belly gently pulling towards your spine. You're going to try to maintain that feeling as you hinge forward from the hips, right? And you can hinge any amount and then come back up. Especially if you feel like you have maybe a sensitive low back or it's something that you're aware of, right? A really deep forward fold might not be the best thing for you, but you can always increase your depth as you get more comfortable with the movement, right? So you're going to maintain your neutral pelvis, your belly button pulled gently towards your spine, hands at the front of the hips, weight on the midfoot, and you're just going to hinge. Maintaining that nice connection coming from the front of your body as you hinge forward and then back up, right? And you're going to do it a few times, maybe experimenting with the depth that you hinge forward, maybe experimenting with a gentle bend in your knees, right? All of these things are good. If you're doing this and you're like, this is painful, this does not feel good, right? Then maybe grab a chair, sit yourself down in a chair with your feet on the floor, and just try the same hinge, but with a shorter lever, right? So a shorter lever just means you've kind of taken your legs out of the equation and you're just working with the spine and the pelvis. That tends to help. Sometimes bending the knees or just decreasing the depth also helps to mitigate any feelings of, maybe they're not pain feelings, right? Maybe they're just uncomfortable feelings, right? You want this to feel good. You want it to feel pretty comfortable. No need to go into the discomfort or the pain. And then breathing, right? As I mentioned on my previous video, I know that Liberty Rising has a video about breathing already up on their website. So go ahead and check out that video on breathing, and then you apply that breathing to this movement, right? Maybe taking an inhale to hinge forward and an exhale to come back up. Inhale, hinge forward, and exhale, back up. Beautiful. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again.